Well, shit.
What are y'all doing? This is awful.
I'm Deontay.
I'm Jordan.
And welcome back to our reimagined podcast. I know we've done a couple of episodes before, but this is going to be the format moving forward. So we will still do like different movie reviews if they don't fall in like the podcast window. But for the podcast episodes specifically, they will now look like this. All right. So if you haven't seen any before and you're new here, you know, whenever you find this video, just a little bit about ourselves first. Just kind of like let you know we are not social media influencers. So what that means is you won't be getting any life advice here. There's plenty of people on the internet to tell you what to do. It ain't us. All right. We're here to entertain you and possibly inform you on things you may not be aware of. I don't want to say teach because teaching implies intent. And again, our intent is not to tell you how to live your life or any of that stuff. There's going to be little to probably zero 50-50 relationship talk. Now, if there's a subject that we want to talk about that requires it, that's probably when we're going to talk about it the most. But for the most part, there'll be none of that here.
Yeah, what he's saying is don't ask us advice, y'all. We just barely making it.
Like we are barely
hanging on by a thread.
Whatever y'all do on a regular basis, that's what we do. Like we're not going to tell you. So just hopefully you're entertained. Just a little bit about us. We've been together 4.5 years. Engaged.
Deontay just found that out today.
That's cap. We are engaged and we will be married on July 5th.
Try again.
July 6th. Sorry. You gonna beat my ass? We are engaged to be married on July 6th. We will be in Cancun, Mexico. So hopefully there'll be another video on that. But yeah, again, just, you know, recap, not influencers. Don't be alarmed. Not gonna tell you how to live. We're not going to shit on your lifestyle. Just here to hopefully entertain and, you know, inform. Anything else?
That's that.
Before we get into this, you know, this podcast though.
Oh, we gonna take a shot. It's shot o'clock. Our podcast reimagined.
Bet. I'm so excited. We got a jam-packed show for y'all today. We introducing our very first segmented show. So that's kind of what this will be. This will be a segmented show where we discuss or go over you know, different topics happening in the world. So first we'll jump into our try this, in which we have pancake the size of my hand, followed by
bigger, actually.
No, yeah, real talk, bigger than my hand.
Keep going, no time.
So next we'll go into our Under the Rock, in which Jordan will tell us which movie she liked better between The Temptations or The 5 Heartbeats, followed by our Y'all Wildin', in which we will watch our first ever crackhead throwing challenge.
Wait, what? Like, wait.
Crackhead throwing challenge.
Does that mean like crackheads are throwing things or crackheads being thrown? Maybe I should know. Okay, keep going. I should know the answer to that already.
Thank you. Followed by our sports and entertainment segment, in which when I say entertainment, I mean that word very loosely, because we will be talking about the Madam Web movie that we saw.
I love to tour.
It was a good movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and then at the end, if you stick around, we have something special. You know. Well, we feel like it's special, so we'll have a little tribute at the end of the video. So before we get into it, any last words? Because there is no point of return from here. I think the point of no return is actually the shots.
I think so.
Because it's already our last.
Yeah.
All right. So
might as well keep it rolling.
Might as well keep it rolling. All right. So with no further ado, let's get into it. So on today's segment of Try This, we have 2 places. One is kind of a catering service and one is a restaurant. First, we have Ham and Eggs Louisville and Chambria Eats. Now, Chambria Eats is someone that we found on social media. Like, her page just came across, food was looking good, posted some pictures, and we got
catfish bowls, cornbread catfish bowls,
in which she cuts out the inside of the cornbread, puts in catfish,
macaroni and cheese, and collard greens.
And then you still get the inside of the cornbread. So she has a catering service, and you can also like book the plates you can order the plates on her Instagram, right? I only ate the catfish because I was fasting during that time where I was starting my fast, but somebody ended it. But I ate the catfish, and the catfish was good. But I didn't eat the macaroni and the collard greens. So how were those?
I'm going to tell you right now, I straight up lied to you because I felt bad that you was fasting. That food was so fucking good. I was thinking about it at work. I could not wait to get home on Friday to eat the leftovers. It was so good, y'all. Oh my God. My mouth is salivating right now thinking about it.
And you also booked her for
a private dinner for one of my friends' birthday. Yeah, so, I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's coming up in 2 weeks. I cannot wait.
So I mean, that's how good the food was. That's how good the catfish and the collard greens and the macaroni was.
Yeah, I think the catfish was life changing.
Yeah, the catfish was good. Like, it was good. But I've had catfish that tastes exactly like that before.
I don't know, man. You ain't had the combination of the catfish
with the
macaroni, with the cornbread, and you got to get all four on one forkful.
Well, I ate the cornbread. I got some of the cornbread too because it was.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
You have to get a fork full of catfish, cornbread, macaroni and cheese, and collard greens all together.
You eat.
There is not a better combo. My combo used to be Thanksgiving sweet potatoes and macaroni and cheese.
Sweet potatoes and macaroni and cheese.
Candy yams.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
People like candy yams, bro.
Sweet potatoes.
Candy yams.
Child.
Candy yams.
You need candy with your vegetables. Wow, you need candy with your vegetables. Okay.
At least I eat them.
Boom, roasted.
Moving on to Ham and Eggs Louisville. Ham and Eggs Louisville is a mom and pop restaurant that I came across on social media. I think Big Dog TV. He's a popular food reviewer, sort of like Keith Lee. I came across it. The food looked good. The pancakes, again, is what caught my eye because they were so.
I'm not gonna say it. Just talk. We're in the middle of a podcast. Like, how childish do you think I am?
So I wanted to go the pancakes because they were so big.
That's what she said.
I knew you were going to do it.
You remember that part that Michael Scott where
he had to hold it.
Right,
I knew you was going to do it. That's why I stopped.
Maybe I am a child.
So
continue.
Yeah, the pancakes about the size of my hand, and I was like, yo. And then the omelet looked good as well. So I was so hungry that day because I hadn't eaten. I ordered something that
from your fast that you ate catfish during.
Remember that catfish was eaten on Thursday.
Oh.
That, matter of fact, since you wanted to bring that up, that was the last thing I ate that day from Thursday to Saturday.
Okay.
Hop off the sack. Okay.
Continue.
I got something that I would never have ordered probably if I wasn't that hungry. I got is it chorizo? Chorizo omelet, which is a type of meat, right? It was real spicy. I had never gotten that before, and it was good as fuck. I'm talking about, and it also had good replay value, if that's what you want to call it, because we didn't even eat all the food because I was just ordering stuff because I was so hungry and I wanted to try. Oh, also the biscuit.
The biscuit was like as big as your head.
My head or a head? Okay, so what about you? Had the French toast, right?
Yeah, the French toast was good. I was a little.
You went and got a basic.
I'm a slut for French toast. If there's French toast on the menu, I'm gonna get it. But I was a little worried because it came out and it looked like real yellow. So it looked like, what is it? Is it potato bread that's yellow?
I mean, I think so. I wouldn't be caught.
So I was worried that it was like their take on French toast and it was going to be weird, but it was good. It was really good.
French toast was good. The omelet was good. The pancakes were good. The biscuit was good. And the biscuit had a good replay value too, because I ate that last night. But all of it had
Everything was
good. Yeah, everything was good. I am definitely gonna go. Well, we are definitely gonna go back. So yeah, Ham and Egg, Louisville, great restaurant. Now they're gonna talk. Oh, they gonna talk.
They are very personal in there. It's like a family.
It's like a family
running
like,
the business, and they treat you like family too. So like the I don't know who she is. Was she the hostess? She came and like sat down at the table with us and was like order. Talking while she took our order.
But also remember, I think it was at the end of their shift. So she had been, they had been up all day.
Yeah, because I think they open at 6:30 on Saturday. And we got there from like 6:30 to 1:45.
Yeah, so we got there like 1 o'clock, right? Somewhere around that time. So yeah, Ham and Egg, Louisville, great restaurant. The food was smacking. Thank you, Big Dog TV. And that's going to end this segment.
Okay, so now we'll move into our next segment, which is called Under the Rock. And y'all, please don't kill me in the comments. I just live under a rock. I'm not caught up with current events. I'm not even caught up with old events because I've never seen most of the staple Black movies, all of the stuff that the memes are created from, most of the stuff Deontay has had to introduce me to. I was very sheltered growing up. I am Black. Both of my parents are Black. I was just very sheltered growing up. They didn't want me watching stuff that was like, you know,
traumatizing.
Would hurt me as a person. Yes. So my parents, you know, they cared about my well-being. So I did not.
No shade. No shade. Team.
No shade.
Yeah. So so what we do is that this is something that we do throughout the year, really. Yeah. But in Black History Month, it's strictly the Black movies and the Black classics on top of that. So we've been real busy this month. So we haven't watched as many, but I did let her see some bangers. At least two. You got 2 bangers under your belt. All of them are really good.
I was gonna say I think all 3 were good.
No, when I mean bangers, I mean like bangers. So we'll just go into the list. It was we saw Jason Lyrics, Temptations, and the 5 Heartbeats.
Yeah.
So Temptations and 5 Heartbeats are like bangers. Those are two heavy hitters. Yeah. You know, Jason Lyrics, you can here or there, but those 2 are the big bangers. So first we're gonna start with Jason Lyrics.
Jason's Lyric had Jada Pinkett. I mean, that was back in her prime before all of this weird stuff that's going on now.
Prime is an understatement.
You can stop lusting. I'm sitting right here.
Prime is an understatement, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was a cool movie. I don't really like the whole, like, the girls playing hard to get. Like, what reason? He didn't do anything wrong. I could understand if he, like, not coming correct, but he was, like, bringing flowers and stuff like that. So the whole playing hard to get thing is in.
But that
was a thing, though.
Right. And also, it's like, how many other dudes has tried that because she's so fine? Yeah. So, you know, she probably had that before. What else? You also said it was ghetto as fuck.
No, that wasn't. That was Players Club. We watched 4 movies.
Yeah, I forgot Players Club. Players Club was.
I didn't say Jason's Lyric was ghetto.
That's what I remember you saying something was ghetto.
Oh yeah.
So I hit you with 3 bangers because Players Club is a banger. Players Club is a banger. Don't. That is a hood banger. So
you're right. Okay, hood banger for sure.
All right. So Jason's Lyric. Continue.
Jason's Lyric was cool. I like Jason's Lyric. I was real worried. I thought she was gonna die because. Come on, why does everybody have to die in every Black movie? This is why.
This is the thing though. Now it's a thing. People are noticing that like it's like Black trauma. They sell us trauma.
Yeah, this is why I didn't watch that stuff when I was little. So I was like, come on. But she made it and they got out the hood. So cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Now moving on to.
Hold on. What about they had old boy playing what was he supposed to be, 18? 18.
Oh, with the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, and the extreme amount.
Who you fooling?
Who you think you fooling with that? He was also in another movie that we watched. Another Black classic that we watched.
Meet the Pain. I mean,
no. He was in another Black movie that we watched along like a couple, like maybe year 2 or year 3, maybe even year 1. He was in New Jack City.
Oh, child, I don't remember that movie.
All right, Players Club.
Players Club is ghetto as fuck.
But can you?
I mean, it's a good ghetto. It was fun. It was definitely entertaining.
Can you appreciate the nostalgia in it? Like seeing all of the old,
the curled long nails, the hairstyles, the gold teeth. Like they had it all. It was,
and also the black actors and actresses that went on to do like even greater stuff, like seeing Jamie Foxx. You probably never seen Jamie Foxx in that role before, or in a role at, I guess, like say that age or whatever.
That's
like,
true.
And that's kind of what I think.
Well, how old was he in the show?
I don't know.
He was young in the show too, in the Jamie Foxx show.
Yeah, I guess.
But it was a different role. Like he was the main character there. Right. I've never seen him in a movie where he wasn't like giving main character vibes.
Okay, so and also like you could like that's kind of what's the movie Do the Right Thing kind of did for me, because I got to see Martin when he was a teenager, and I was like, I ain't never seen Martin this young. I ain't know he was in this movie, but you know what I'm saying. So like that's kind of how it was for me, and that's kind of why I like showing you those, so you can see the people that kind of started where they started from to where they would eventually grow to be.
Definitely felt like that in the Temptations, because there was a whole lot of people. I'm like, oh, I know him, I know her, I know them, I knew a whole lot of people in there that I didn't know that I was going to see in that movie.
Back to Players Club real quick. Ronnie and Diamond. So Diamond and Ronnie's fight at the end, that's got to be like a top 5 fight scene.
Oh yeah.
In like movie history, like that was an ass whooping. Like that was like probably one of the original ass whoopings where it was like, bro, you just got beat. You just got your ass whooped.
Yeah, you can't even say nothing. Like just take that L.
Take that L, hold it.
Because it had been a long time coming.
And that's where the I don't know if you know it. Damn, did you at least pinch the bitch like that?
Yeah.
That's where it came from. That's where it's like, bro, you got your ass whooped.
Yeah. I like that scene too, where she was like, I'm going back to my mom's house, and the girl thought she was safe. Came out there.
I hit her with a quick one.
She got exactly what she deserved. I was so mad when she said, I'm going to my mom's house.
You was like,
why you leaving? Like, this your house? What? Then she got her, and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh shit. Ooh, we almost lost one. Also, standout Bernie Mac.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be blue. I get up on the seat. It's gonna be trouble.
See, that's like one of those sayings that I've heard my whole life, but I never knew where it came from. Now I'm being lifted out from under the rock.
And that is the point of the segment. And so, lastly, you watched 5 Heartbeats and The Temptations. You want to go over each one, or do you want to tell me which one you like the best?
Can I be completely honest?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even remember the 5 Heartbeats anymore.
That's how good The Temptations was.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, listen, I think it's just because, like, you want to finish that?
Yeah.
To be quite honest, but The Temptations was really good. I think it's because it was a lot more personable, because I know the music from it. I live under a rock, but I know the music. I know the old school music.
And also you can relate because it was actually a true story.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least based on real people.
Yeah.
So,
it was a tragedy, though.
No, it was life, though. It was like a life story. I mean, it was tragedy. Everybody
died except Otis.
Yeah, it was kind of, yeah. I mean, somebody got to die last, though.
Then it's kind of suspect, though, because it's like you put this out, because he's a producer, like the actual Otis is a producer on the movie. So he put it out after everybody died. So it's like, I don't know. That feels a little iffy. Like there's nobody to validate his story anymore.
There is some people like they got family.
Yeah,
you know, certain stuff like
that. Has
that.
anybody ever came out and been like, no, that's not how it went? Because he did look like the good guy the whole time. Besides that little hiccup where he got off the tour bus and was like looking at another girl and his wife was mad. Other than that, he was like the only one that just remained.
No, Blue did
even
too.
Keel. Well, no, he had arthritis and he didn't want to stop, and he was getting them double cortisone shots.
Oh, I mean, his son died.
Yeah,
I thought you meant good. Like they didn't have like drug problems or like leaving the group or cause harm to the group.
Oh,
that's what I thought you meant when you said.
Well, yeah, that is what I meant. But like Blue was not taking care of his body.
Yeah, I mean, and he wasn't taking care of his family.
Yeah,
Otis had the hose, and his son said, "Why you always on the road?"
Why you always on the road?
He said it twice too. He really meant that.
And, so, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't watch the 5 Heartbeats as much as I like the Temptations. Even though Temptations, and I found that out, that's a TV series turned into a movie. So it's a two-parter. I didn't know that, but
Well, I mean, what's his name? Leon in both of them, so I wouldn't mind.
yeah, and you didn't even know that until I said it. So
But I wouldn't mind watching either one of them
Okay,
again.
I mean, okay. Well then,
Before he turned to drugs, he was kind of fine. I'm gonna just,
all right, you're ruining it.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. So for today's segment of Y'all Wildin', we got some bangers. It's too many to go over. So we'll start with some information or some news that I got off of Twitter. So I was scrolling through Twitter and I ran across this story in which a teacher for Black History Month put up two doors. One said whites and one said colors. Now looking at it from the outside looking in, you need the context to understand why it was Black History Month. She wasn't the only one that was decorating their doors or their classroom with the theme of Black History Month and what, and the reason for it. So there were other teachers who did similar things. I guess theirs was just too real, too real life.
I feel like I understood it from the beginning. Like, I assumed that it was a teacher who was not racist. I don't necessarily know what color, but I'm assuming that she was trying to provoke a conversation or provoke a feeling.
I don't even know if it was a she, actually. That person.
That was very, stereotypical of me. But yeah, whatever teacher it was, I think that they were just trying to provoke a conversation. I don't think that they meant anything by it for like the kids to feel like they were segregated today. It was just like, this is what was happening. And I mean, I'm a teacher and I teach my 6-year-old first grade students about segregations. We learned the word racism this year.
Did the students interpret it as y'all go in this door and y'all go in this door? Or was it, just decorations?
Oh.
Did they interpret it that way? And that's, what I'm saying. And then my last point was, I agree with why she did it, but it probably brought on too many real feelings. Because if I was in that school and I saw that, it would have made me not be upset. Upset wouldn't be the word. I wouldn't be mad at the teacher. It would make me feel a way though, looking at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the whole point though.
Right. I understand. And I understand why some people may say they don't want it's kind of, I guess you can kind of relate it to your parents said they were sheltering you from all this harm and stuff. Some people may not like their kids they may want, you could teach them that, but to kind of, I guess, put them in that feeling, is probably a little bit too much.
I don't know. I feel like as long as they weren't having to use the doors correctly, because I did not take that into consideration, because I just assumed that those were two different classrooms. Like, you're going to have to go through that door to get to that classroom and this door to get to that classroom. Like, I never even assumed that they were both to the same classroom. But as long as it wasn't being used in that way, I didn't see a problem with it.
All right, we don't need to, we can tell you about it, but we don't need to
make you feel that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's raunchy, but it's hands-on. It's tactile. It's something that they can actually
real life experience.
Yeah, right? They can really understand it.
All right. So next topic, 50-part TikTok. So if y'all unaware, there is a woman who has a TikTok series called Who Did I Marry? It is a 50-part. Yes. $50 million. Who you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton? That many. 50. What movie was that from? $50 million. Who you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton?
Head of state.
Come on, man.
Do you see what I'm working with? For y'all who don't understand why we have Under the Rock, that is why.
Sometimes I just guess and sometimes I be right. So I'm
you were wrong.
Keep guessing.
You were wrong.
Okay, well,
but it's a 50.
But I could have been.
It's like when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
That makes sense.
But you were wrong. 50-part TikTok where this woman details her relationship with a man she married. And I didn't know that it was.
He basically sent me on a chase to watch this to see if it was worth us watching together.
Well, let me tell you, I passed it to you because it was a woman, so I felt like you could bring in, you know,
a woman's perspective.
And understand, explain to me things that I may not know. And also when I saw that it was like 10 minutes each, 50 part, I was like
500 minutes worth of this woman talking in circles, repeating herself. It could have all been like condensed to I would give her maybe 3 parts. If they were going to be 10 minutes each, I would give her 3 parts. 30 minutes is all the time that this should have taken. Number one, can I rant for a minute?
Go ahead.
Number one, she knew this man was a liar before she married him. So let's be very clear and honest. She was just stupid.
There you go. That's all it is.
She was lonely, and she said that. And I don't want to like bash her because, you know,
we all it happens. It happens to the best of us. Players fuck up. Not me though, but players fuck up.
It happens to all of us.
There's
a moment in time where you was stupid for somebody.
What?
It happened to all of us.
I don't know. No,
but the only thing is,
I don't know if that's true. Where I would say I was stupid for that person. I don't know if that's
because she was like actively stupid.
That's
like she
was
purposely
making up. She was purposely. I saw that video when she was like, "I'm gonna give him an out."
That's where I lost. That's where she lost.
And that was only like part 2.
No, that was part 5. But this was before they were married. She was pregnant. She was about to have a miscarriage. I don't know. I can't remember if she knew at the time that she was going to miscarry. So that's the only thing that I could think. Like maybe she was like, okay, I'm about to have this man's baby, so I have to make it work. But if she already knew that she was going to miscarry and they weren't married yet.
I don't know how would she know she was going to miscarry.
Because I think, like I said, she was talking in circles the entire time. But at one point she did say that she was spotting and she already felt like she just knew that. But in part 5, she goes on to say, you know, this man said that they were going to get married. He had enough money to buy them a house. He was going to pay all the bills, which he was paying all her bills. So, you know, another reason why she was, you know, didn't see that because her bills are getting paid. They like 2 months into it.
You want to cry with no bills where you got to go to work and no bills pay, or do you want to cry and where the bills pay?
Exactly. So long story short, they were supposed to be closing on a house. She called the realtor, somehow found out that somebody else was closing on said house, knew it wasn't them. She knew when she asked him what it was that he was going to make up an excuse. She said that she knew it. So then when she talked to him, she was just waiting for him to come up with an excuse. And he said something about the interest rate.
She says, oh, go ahead.
She said something about the interest rate. And then at that point, she told him, well, if it doesn't feel right, then we shouldn't do it.
That was her way of giving him an out.
This was after she already knew that he was not the one buying the house. She already knew there was another couple purchasing the house because she talked to the realtor. But then she came to him when he gave her an excuse and said, well, you know what? If it doesn't feel right, then we shouldn't do it. So of course he was like, okay, we ain't gonna do it.
Right. And
she lost me there. I was an hour in and I was like, absolutely not. I was on part 5. I am not doing this for 45 more parts.
And I thought it was going to be immediate, like, hey, this man did this. He went to the extreme to lie about this in this way. He showed me a fake car. He was living in a house, and then somebody else came in there and they kicked us out. Like, that's what I thought the shit was gonna be. But
I mean, it's kind of the same. He only was living.
No,
in
I thought what I meant was I thought it was gonna get there quicker. I didn't know she was gonna take us from Civil War to now.
Right. We don't need to know what you ate at Red Lobster.
Like, yeah, that's
like, what does that have to do with him being a liar? You got that meal. And he paid for that meal.
Exactly. Like, and here's the thing. It got over like 1.5 million views for at least
each video.
At least.
The part 1 got like 20 million views.
Who the fuck? Well, 10 minutes is not that long. And you can, I guess you can see the drop off, right? It's like at a 20 million, she got 1 million. The rest of the videos, that's like what? True. That's what, a 19%? Well, no, 99% drop off. Well, from
you starting to go into math.
Yeah, but that's a huge drop off from 20 million, and then the rest were like 1 million. So we'll probably look at the cliff notes, but what we gather so far, for me, it was not entertaining.
It was so boring.
So we won't be watching.
Kudos to her, because I heard she got like upwards of $80,000, maybe even more now, because people are still watching and still talking about it. Kudos to her, you know.
Does it make me a hater that when that stuff happens to people, they like pissing me off? Like, bro, you got all this money because you were being dumb. No, I don't like that. we this is where we reached in society. You gotta be doing something dumb. Remember that lady who put that Gorilla Glue on her head?
Yeah.
She got a whole new head. She got a whole new head. All right, so there was a video I just wanted I saw it, and I just think you should see it as well, of an Amazon driver, and Buddy was wilding. I don't know what he was thinking about, trying to cross that train track and got hit by that train. But I'm gonna let you see it. It don't end the way you think. It don't end the way you think. He's shaking his head. You see him shaking his head? He like, bro, they for the fire me. Did he just hit that?
Go back.
He just hit the windshield. Like, look at this shit here. I mean the
mirror.
The mirror, yeah. Bro.
Did he have glasses on and blew his glasses back?
Yeah, bro, he lucky he blow his ass back.
Hey, yo. That was crazy.
That's what he lucky. Bro, was there no...
I was going to say, were the things not down? I don't see no flashing light, so maybe it was... Do we have backstory?
No, actually.
Just imagine if, like, Amazon already sent the notification, like, your package is 9 stops away.
Hold on. Somebody say, bro, casually sitting there while his bag got blown. As a dude getting a train run on you.
We are so unserious. Like, people.
I mean, no, it's serious. I mean, it's unserious because like he survived. I don't think these jokes would be funny if he died. Yeah. But he, you know what I'm saying? So but our next video, our crackhead throwing challenge. And just be.
I've waited long enough. I need to see it. Play the video.
All right, mute your mic.
Crackhead target competition. All right, now here we go.
Bro, he really throwing the crackhead. I'm done.
They measured it.
Is it more than one person throwing this same crackhead?
Yes, that's a challenge. They throw 2 different people throwing a crackhead to see who can throw them the farthest.
Crackhead tucking competition.
Annual.
I just want to say, you made me feel like an idiot for thinking that they could possibly be throwing crackheads, and they was really throwing a crackhead.
I don't know if we have to comment on that. I think that video
it speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself. That was really more of a reaction than anything.
They tripping.
All right, what's next? Again, I do just want to show you this video one more time, just for entertainment purposes. So this guy, this old man right here, apparently is drunk.
Oh, I forgot about this video.
Okay, and he thinks this kid is a mannequin. Yo,
like, oh, he moved. Oh, shit. he was just as sudden as the little boy.
Yo,
look at his face when the little boy
go down. That's why
he was just as good.
I think he may have been actually, he may have thought that was a mannequin because he was like, "Oh shit,
like,
it's moving."
Oh. He tried to check on him.
Yeah,
he was like, "Nah, get away."
So we're gonna move right on. We're gonna move right along into sports and entertainment, and I'll just say entertainment lightly because we will be talking about the Madam Web movie. And matter of fact, we'll just start there because that movie was not entertaining at all. That movie was. We got Spider-Man at home. Like if you want to put into a move to like what that was we have Spider-Man at home.
I felt like a hypocrite watching it because usually I'd be like, man, this is too confusing. I don't know what's going on. They're not explaining it. But this movie, like, they didn't even give you they didn't leave anything to let your mind wander. They told you exactly what was happening from the beginning, and it wasn't even like a good plot. You know, like there's some like a heist where they'll tell you what's going on and then they go and execute it.
Right.
It wasn't even like that. They just like told us the whole way what was happening while it was happening, but it wasn't even like entertaining.
It was not entertaining. None of the characters they did the little ragtag group, put people together. It was just so quick and unexplained, and like people they don't understand. You don't have to give me a 3-hour movie, but give me something that makes me connect to these people in a short. That's what makes like when you him or her, who's ever or they or them. When you are making a movie and you have a time crunch, if you can make me feel emotions from a character that I've just met in this short period of time, that's when the movie's good.
Right.
But when you have all these emotion invoking scenes and that where we're supposed to care, but you do it in a bad way to where it feels rushed, then I don't care about any of these people. They all could have died. The movie could have ended with a twist where like everybody died, like everybody, the main character, like they all just died. That building exploded and there was nobody left alive. That probably would have been more entertaining than setting up for some future where she's now sitting in a wheelchair and just got off a movie. The only time we're gonna influence you to do something is to save your money. We'll wait for it to come on one of these streaming platforms, which it won't be soon because they didn't make no money, so they gonna put that shit on a streaming platform. And then, even then, don't watch it. Just don't do it. If you have nothing else to do, don't watch. Go to sleep. Don't.
You can either watch that or watch a 50-part TikTok.
I would watch that 50-part TikTok. Secondly, Stranger Things and Ginny and Georgia. The reason why I'm bringing this up, why you should care, is she likes Ginny and Georgia and Stranger Things, and I like Stranger Things. We were looking forward to it coming out this year, but it will be delayed until 2025. Now, I don't have a problem with it. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I do have a problem with it because A, I want them to hurry up and finish, and B, they're getting older and older. Like another year, they're gonna be 30.
Have beards.
Yeah, they're gonna be 30 by the time, unless they do some time jump, which they could do. They could do a time jump, but like they're old now. Like hurry the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna forget everything. I have the memory of a goldfish.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to watch all. Was it 4 or 5 seasons?
4 seasons.
I'm gonna have to watch them all over again by 2025.
No, for real. That's the same thing that Invincible.
Yeah, I didn't already forgot about what happened in Invincible.
Speaking of, not only that, they took forever to come back. COVID played a little part in that, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll give them a break on that. But then now that they were saying like, oh, they're back, and then the last episode we saw was in December, and we won't see it again until next month.
Yeah.
So
I already forgot what happened.
Yeah, and The Boys season 5. The Boys was renewed at Amazon Prime for season 5. We ain't even got season 4 yet. They renewed it for season 5. We're waiting for season 4 right now.
Is it already finished?
What, season 4? Yeah, season 4 comes out in July. I can't remember the day. And let me ask you this though. I'm not saying they need to do something different. This show, it has to end different this season because the last 3 seasons they've ended in the same way where it's like we almost gonna kill Omni-Man, but for some reason we don't.
Not Omni-Man.
Not Omni-Man. Damn.
Homelander.
Yeah, like they all get ready to kill Homelander, and for some reason they don't, and then they try again next season. We got to move past that. I don't want this season to end that way. So move past it. Find us something new. But other than that, excellent show. Excellent show. I knew from the first minute that A-Train ran through Hugh's girlfriend, I was like, this is the one.
I'm still on the fence about The Boys.
Really? I thought you liked it.
I don't know. It's a little too gory for me. I think the gory being real is like next level. Usually we could watch like cartoon gory, like Invincible. Like what's his name having sex with a octopus? Was it an octopus?
Yeah, no, it was octopus. The Deep, but I thought you meant more like we stay. And for me, that's why I like it, is because they put things in there that you're not like. Oh, girl, she got really, really small, and then she got a really, really big, but you're not expecting her to be like that big in this type of in this type of show because it's like a real grounded show. It's not like, you know, so I like it when they do the realism or what was the one guy he bust through the dude penis because he sneezed and he got real big and shit. Like at any point in time, you can see a part of someone that you don't think you would normally see because it's like ain't no way they're gonna show us like it like walking out of a vagina or when she walked out of old boy's ear or his head or whatever. And that's what I like because it's like you took the time to do like
was that this show? Was that The Boys?
What?
Where she got real small and then real big?
Yes, that was The Boys. Oh, it was a spinoff of The Boys. It was Gen V.
Oh yeah.
It was Gen V, but it's the same thing. Yeah. So, but I like Gen V too, just to kind of like loop that in. Gen V was good to me too.
Yeah.
So in that one, but I'm saying that's the whole type of that's the reason why I like the show is because, and also they had my boy in there, Jensen Ackles from Supernatural, Soldier Boy. So I'm excited for the next season, but they do need to like change that shit up a little bit. All right. And lastly, what do we have?
Put Michael Jackson. I can't give that to anybody of this generation because nobody. First and foremost, it was a moment where people saying that it was Drake, and I have the utmost respect for Drake, the utmost respect for Chris, but you cannot compare. There's no way to compare. Okay, Drake and Chris are doing it in this time where we got the internet, we got Spotify, we got YouTube, we got all of these different ways for the whole world to get your music in one snap, right? Mike was doing it back when it wasn't no YouTube and doing the same numbers. When it wasn't no TikToks, it wasn't no. You had to wait. You had to wait till the album came out. America got it, then the UK got it, then Japan got it, then China got it, and that's what it was back then. And he was doing the numbers that Cats is doing now, which means you cannot compare that. How do you make that comparison?
Okay, so after hearing that, what do you think?
I agree 100% with him.
Take Drake out of it.
Even with Chris Brown. Chris Brown, I think, is a great entertainer, but I don't think he's as good as Michael. And I don't think that he would be as big as Michael.
Why not, though? Okay, so here's my gripe with that logic. Just because Mike doesn't have that does not mean what the artists have now is not still challenges and obstacles because like he said, they have streaming, they have internet, they have all this. Guess what that means? That means that their competition is also easily able to grab someone else's attention. So don't make it seem like just because the internet there, just because they're streaming there, that people are gonna listen to your music and you're gonna do those numbers like that. Because if that were true, then why isn't everyone doing it? Back then, people can say, well, when Mike was around, people before Mike, we didn't have record players. Even though at their time, it may have not been what it is now. But remember, there was a time before Michael and they didn't have what Michael had. And they could say the same thing like, oh, well, I didn't have the ability to have records or UK to give. In my time, we couldn't send music over there. In my time, white people wasn't fucking with black people. In my time, so to say that just because there are streaming services now, and while I agree, for me, it is still Mike. But to just say that because they're streaming and the internet that it's easier, that's not true.
I agree that you have to have a certain amount of talent. There's no doubt about that. These are very talented people that you're talking about. But I do also see Neo's point about, like, just think about the amount of people that are on social media. Think about the children. Like, children couldn't go out then and buy records or whatever you were saying. Like, back then, it was all adults. Think about the amount of kids that have streaming services right now. That's
not true. Kids, if kids were able to get their hands on anything that we because think about it, how is a kid gonna get a streaming service? You gotta have Spotify. You can't just be a kid and get Spotify. Someone has to get that for you.
Spotify is free. There's a free version of Spotify,
but you gotta have email address. What kid is first of all, you gotta have access to
any child who has an iPhone has an email address.
There you go. That's my point. Any child who has an iPhone.
There's several of them, plenty of them. And kids getting iPhones at 2 years old.
You're missing the point. And there's plenty of parents that would have said, if the kid said, hey, can you go get me a record for Drake? They would have got them their record. That's what I mean.
I don't know. I understand what Neo's saying. I don't think that takes away from the talent.
No, it does. No, that's what they're saying. They're saying it's easier for you to do it now because you have all these, you have access to this. But again, think about in that time, not everyone had the opportunities that Mike had at the time.
So you're saying both can't be true? They can't be equally as talented and have it easier because of the access that there is now?
Yes. That's not, you can be talented, but when you say that you have it easier, you are diminishing their accomplishments. There's no way around it. You're saying that, okay, what you did is good, but it's not as good as what I did because I didn't have that tool that you have. And what I'm saying is, just because I have this extra tool, that does not come with its own set of problems. You may have had different problems, like you said. We had to wait but to get it in UK, and we had to wait to do that. But again, there are millions of people who are trying to do the same thing that Drake is doing, that Chris Brown is doing, and people are looking at you and not them. You have more competition. It's easier for you to, with the way people act like social media is just like, oh, it's all up and up. You can be taken down on social media. You think Michael Jackson would have tried that skin change and stuff, taking care of, all that weird stuff that he was doing. Social media would have taken him down. It's not, I'm just saying, it's not, oh, well, you have this, so that means it's made for you to succeed. Again, if it was that easy, then you would see way more Drakes. Why aren't there way more Chris Browns? Take a look at all the people back in the day. Michael Jackson, there's probably plenty of people who didn't have the opportunity that Mike had, who probably could have gave him a run for his money, but it wasn't the ease of access. You couldn't get, you couldn't get famous. So that means, what if there's somebody else that was just as good as Mike and we never got a chance to see him, right? Mm-hmm. So again, we can say that about every time. I just need for us to be able to, again, if you want to say Mike is still Mike, the good, but stop saying it's because of what people have today as if that's an automatic win, buddy, and it's not.
I get that.
Which would transition me into the next point, which comes from Allen Iverson. He was on Shaq's podcast, and he said,
played in an era where we were allowed to touch people up, hand checking up the court. Somebody asked me this the other day, so I'm gonna ask you, what would you average in the game today?
If you went for it.
Ain't that too my home?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, if I averaged 30, I lost the scoring title to Kobe the year he averaged 35. I averaged 33. Man. And I'm just thinking, like, if I was to play in this era where it's wide open, if I can average 33 in a season, I'm going to just take it up to 43. I know 10 points more.
I agree with that.
Gotta be.
I don't know if you got anything before I launch into this?
He's saying because it's less of a contact sport now? Because
or he's saying it's easier now.
It's easier to play?
Yeah, he's saying it's easier to play now. That he would average 10 more points than what he did when he won, I guess his highest scoring average. He said he would average 43 points in the NBA today. Allen Iverson. We act like Allen Iverson was an efficient scorer. He was 40% for his career. Out of 100% for your career, at all the shots you took, you were a 40% scorer. You weren't even, Steph Curry is the greatest three-point shooter that we've ever seen, right? The greatest three-point shooter we've ever seen. He's not even averaging 43 points. Like, I hate when these old guys get on these podcasts and start talking about how the game is so much easier and they would average all of these points. You got to understand, there's also someone in front of you that wasn't in front of you then that can move left or right. Like, mad respect. He's a legend, Hall of Famer, all that. But to say you average 43 points on what team? On what team, my guy? Like, Bron ain't even doing that. Bron is the greatest of all time. Bron ain't doing that. You're not averaging 43 points. To say you would average 43 points is so disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Oh, back in the day, we used to touch people. Like, what you're saying is,
first of all, pause.
Number one, and all you're telling me is your defense was so bad that you couldn't just play good defense. You had to hurt me to get me out the game. But Allen Iverson averaging 40? Fuck out of here. I don't care. I don't care about no answer, none of that shit. He not averaging 43 points. Fuck out of here. Not happening. I think that's all we have for sports and entertainment. You got anything?
No, that's not my expertise.
Oh, last thing. Harry Potter TV series. looking to debut in 2026. So it's an article on IGN where it says a Harry Potter TV series makes its debut on Max in 2026. Speaking during a financial call, CEO David.
I can't read that far.
So you told lies. That's cool. That's cool. Told lies. Cool.
Read that far. Okay. So speaking on a financial call, the CEO David Zaloff expressed his excitement at the Harry Potter series, which he said is set to make its debut in 2026. He pointed out that the Harry Potter film was made more than a dozen years ago and committed to the franchise headed into the future. We've not been shy about our excitement around Harry Potter. The last film was made more than a dozen years ago. I was in London a few weeks ago with Casey,
DJ Envy, Angela Gee, and Saleh May McGuire. Let me read that part. God damn, girl. Y'all got some names on that one.
Casey, more HBO execs, yada, yada, yada. And we spent some real time with J.K. Rowling and her team. Both sides are thrilled to be reimagining this franchise. Our conversation was great, and we couldn't be more excited about what's ahead. We can't wait to share a decade of more stories with fans around the world on Max. We are aiming for a debut in 2026. Now, couple of things with that. First of all, what's your reaction? And keep in mind, keep in mind, it's going to be a 10-year series. 10 years, a decade.
What you mean?
They're going to be going over every book, every book, but it's going to span over 10 years. That's why I said for the next decade, they plan it's going to be a decade worth of series for each book.
Oh, so it's going to be information that we already have, not like picking up where they left off.
Right. They're going to reimagine. I mean, they're doing it all over, but they're doing it by the book. And it's going to be a TV series instead of a movie. So they're going to take that book and make it into a TV series and then go on from there. Now, they said it's going to span over. They're going to do it for each book, 10 years.
So we're going to be 45 watching Deathly Hallows?
I don't know about you, but I am. I'm told but that's what I was going to get your opinion on. Like me.
Are we going to like a new person being Harry and Hermione and Ron?
And that's a whole nother thing. Are we going to like new characters, new kids? That's a whole nother topic. That's what I'm saying. Like,
because they got big shoes to fill.
They have very big shoes to fill.
McGonagall.
Also, J.K. Rowling is back in, like, as far as, being hands-on with it. She was like, "No, I'm in it now," because I think she gave up. She did the movie rights to like certain parts where the directors were making the decisions, and she kind of stepped back or whatever. So, but yeah, so Harry Potter series coming up, and I'm excited for that. Lastly, so with that said, that will be the end of today's show. Some of these segments will return in the next episode. Some, may not, or we may have new ones. Whichever the case may be, it is the first episode. We're still working things out. Hell, some of the stuff that we talk about now may not even make it into the final cut. No telling how long this video is. Hopefully we're going to keep most of it. But we hope you enjoyed it. But before we go, we do just want to be serious for a moment and say, or give our condolences to the family of Councilman Eric Mays. He passed away yesterday from Flint City. Some of you already know who he is, but we'll leave you with a tribute of some of his best moments that we've seen of him. I'm not gonna speculate on. I know people are already going conspiracy, and I don't like when people do that because let the family handle that. Right. And right now we should be, celebrating his life and his accomplishments and what he was trying to do to better his city. And because they didn't give a cause of death, and I know people, because of how aggressive he was, that people are assuming that it was foul play. And who knows? It may be, but I don't want to cloud that up because then we arguing instead of again celebrating him. So our condolences to his family. I hope they find peace, and
and RIP to him.
RIP to Mr. Eric Mays. And we hope that you did again enjoy the episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
And when you're sitting next to me talking through the mask and taunting me, you sure ain't all that. You ain't classy, you're ignorant, and it's disrespectful.
Why are we even on this motion when we had voted? I'm fixing to tell you if you listen. Listen.
Councilman Mays, don't
Don't you interrupt me when I start talking. So don't.
Are you telling me?
Are you okay, Miss Worthing? Are you okay?
That, but
Miss Worthing, are you okay? Why are you asking me, am I okay? Is you okay?
I mean, you're just sitting in your chair.
And you be eating food like we at McDonald's. You be eating food like we at the smorgasbord.
There's a motion to appeal. Did you say that you seconded?
I mean, if you okay?
I thought she said
why is you asking my black butt, am I okay? Is your white butt okay?
I mean, a judge,
is you okay? Don't you ask me no stupid question like that when you be up there sleeping. Waving his hand at me like it ain't a damn thing, like I ain't shit.
Come on. Now,
I'm getting tired of these people, man. I mean, it's very disrespectful. You discriminate against passing this letter. Who's passing this stuff out? Who's passing this stuff out?
Who's passing?
Is this the clerk or Miss Fields?
It's coming from Miss Fields.
Every week we get a ton of, we done killed 5 trees fooling with Miss Fields and this stuff. Every week we come in to meet, it's a ton of stuff. The staff can't get the work done. Where's the minutes? Minutes is necessary. I don't know who's doing this. You know that man was asking somebody for oral sex. It's been all on the news. And I don't like police chiefs.
Well, I disagree with what you just stated. I disagree with what you just stated.
You didn't ever hear that?
I disagree with what you just stated. You made it sound like a fact. And you don't know that.
You say I made it sound like a fact. I said it was all on the news that they were talking about Booth and all sex. That a lady right there on Channel 12, Miss Dawes, who I think ran it and then put the complaint on the Channel 12 website. And I'm saying you the chief.
I don't care. I don't care who's in here. You asked the question, I answered.
So if you angry because I'm bringing it up?
No, I'm angry because...
Okay, then go and talk to the cows come on.
I will.
When you finish, I'll talk again.
You always accuse of someone of cover up. The only person that covers up anything is you. You don't even be convicted of covering up anything.
What am I covering up? The mic is yours. Am I covering up a girlfriend? Am I covering up a dope? What am I covering up that you just accused me of publicly? What am I covering up? Go ahead, the mic is yours. See, Chief, you discrediting yourself in front of me. I think you're a liar to say I'm going to cover up. You the police. Tell this public what you accusing me of covering up. Is it dope? Is it girls? Is it, because I can talk about some of what I think you don't want to come out. So go ahead. You said it with a frown on your face. You the big man. Tell this public and counsel, I'm asking you respectfully, what am I covering up? Or you just said that to try to defame or discredit me? Because I said you knew about the Booth case. Go ahead, don't get quiet now. You was out talking to me. What are you alleging that I'm covering up, Chief?
Mr. Mace, that's your time.
Madam Chair, you say what?
That's your time.
I'll call him back up in the second round. Who's responsible for all these holes in the street? You?
Yes.
Okay, so Rob Benzick, why aren't you fired?
Pardon me?
Why aren't you fired then?
Why am I not what?
Fired.
Fired?
Yeah, if you got $11 million worth of money and can't keep up with the restoration and you responsible, not the mayor, not this council, why ain't you fired?
Can I answer? Or
yeah, answer. Since you responsible.
Well, are you going to let me answer or are you going to yell at me?
Y'all brought 5 lawnmower contracts to us months ago. We approved them. Grass ain't cut. Y'all brought $11 million worth of restoration and stuff ain't being repaired. So you want to play a game with Miss Galloway, but really the buck stopped with you. You think it's funny, Mr. Benzick?
Oh,
okay,
no,
look, I'm going to request an investigative hearing and I'm going to put you under subpoena. Now you think it's a joke?
Whatever you gotta do.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You up here arguing in the council meeting and y'all watching. Mr. President, when you got department heads up here laughing and talking about do what you got to do, being disrespectful and condescending because we talking about high grass and potholes, and that's the man in charge, I sure hope y'all put him under investigation.